I'm back. I'm alive.
You're back?
I'm alive. Guys, I'm alive. 20 minutes into the stream, OBS like, nah, I'm gonna have a freak out panic attack. Fuck you.
But he's not. Today the role of P-Man will be played by Jeff Jefferson. Hi, it is I, P-Man. I'm totally the same P-Man as before.
What did you say?
Breaking news, not you, because you're a bottom.
What are you Get out of here, you're not the real P-Man. Anyways. Did I miss
What are you
anything?
talking about, bitch? I'm a Switch.
Cue the fucking switch, like the
clicking sound.
yeah, the click.
I'm a Switch, except my Switch is off. Get it?
I'm totally streaming this game off of my Switch, and nothing else. I'm just like staring at chat, waiting for some kind of reaction.
Little asexual joke.
Just like a reaction that probably won't actually be what I want, but hey, you know.
You always get what you want.
A
Sure.
Wolfy can dream, okay?
I can do. Yeah, and people in hell want ice water, okay?
Yeah, well, it's really hot over there.
I don't want a thing that swats my eyes. What are you talking about? Don't want an eye swatter.
Oh my god. I think I'm going to self-destruct.
I do want a water that's made of flice. You know, a flice water.
Oh. Alright, so I definitely got more than one VOD to sort through tonight. Nothing new there, I guess.
Hey,
Thank you, ISP, for making my life as eventful as it always is.
Hey, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Turning left.
We could be turning left in a sultry way.
At the next intersection, turn left.
I swear, if I had a GPS started talking to me like that, I'd be like, AI's taking over the world. We're fucked.
Turn left.
I mean, let's be real, AI's already been trying to take over the world. They start with our art, our writing, our voice acting, and our physical acting, but they can't replace ingenuity.
Smash his face first into a guardrail.
They can't replace Gatsu.
They cannot replace what is unique. Masher's face into guardrail twice.
That's how it works, okay?
To prove a point, you have to mash your face into a guardrail. You gotta prove that you're better than the AI by... I should probably stop.
I would.
I don't want Twitch thinking something's wrong with me.
I think Twitch already thinks that. I think you're well beyond that point.
I don't know, Twitch likes to think there's something wrong with a lot of us on this platform. I'm not gonna get into details.
Is there not something wrong with you?
Well, I'm not talking just me, I'm talking, like, VTubers in general. And that's about as much context as I'm willing to give. Yeah, I'm glad I got a new Pro controller. I haven't synced it with the Switch yet, because it's still in the box. Because the left stick on the one I'm currently using has drift, where it'll occasionally move me downward, or in this perspective, towards the screen, toward the camera.
Huh, interesting.
That's why I got the new controller. Like, the drift is... If I can fix it, then I could turn this into a backup controller or something.
Start drifting.
Look, Wolfy got a little bit of extra funds recently, so Wolfy's gonna treat himself to some stuff.
He sold his kidney.
I donated some of my fur to wolf yokais in need.
No, you stole a kidney. You probably shouldn't be listening to the chaotic trans girl in the...
Actually,
chat.
wait, can't you make money by donating stuff?
Blood, plasma, your soul.
So bodily fluids, got it. But I might buy myself some
you can don't.
I'm thinking I might buy myself some stuff off of Femboy Fatale.
You know what I want to buy?
OBS behaving for once in its miserable fucking life.
I don't think you can buy that. But let me know if you can. I mean,
I would love it if I could just make OBS behave for the rest of my time as a streamer, so that when I do eventually stop streaming, that I just never have any issues up until that point. And then right at the end on my last stream, just have it glitch the fuck out and be like, bye fuckers.
look, that's the perfect way to go out.
Wolfy's out. He's glitching out.
Look, everyone knows that's exactly how you want to go out.
I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, just to provide context for anybody that might think I'm quitting soon. Oh, speaking of which, Hallow EN is gonna have a VTuber graduating pretty soon here. If anyone knows who Amelia Watson is.
Oh, it's Jeff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She's female Jeff, there you go. She's Jeffine.
Yeah.
But no, I read that, she's graduating, but she's still gonna be working with HoloLive. So, like, she's not leaving HoloLive, she's just gonna be doing behind-the-scenes stuff. Also, one thing I find really funny with OBS right now. So when OBS freaks out, it does this thing where it drops frames, and it keeps track of how many there are by number of frames and percentage over the overall stream. And just a second ago, it was 6.9%.
Nice.
Yes, exactly. Hey, no, you wake up. Let's play ball.
No.
Play with a soccer ball. I want you to give me more eggs that take twice as long to hatch. Honestly, if I knew how to do video editing, I could take my segmented VODs, download them to my PC briefly, just so I can, like, edit them together and string them into one, like, big VOD.
You could learn how to edit. There's plenty of tools online for that.
Yeah. I also want to see if I can't download some of my funnier streams and make, like, an out-of-context video. Ah, fuck.
Well, you know, something from this stream's gonna make it. And it's probably gonna be mostly your multiplayer streams.
Yeah. And any collabs I've done in the past.
Hey Shiro, your advice helps Sage.
What?
What?
The fuck?
Your advice helps Sage. Mute chat.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Yeah, because he was working on something in Pokemon Scarlet so he could get those version exclusive paradoxes from the DLC. And I suggested to him to, like, get a bunch of unevolved Pokemon, starters included, and just grind them out and evolve every one of them. Because that's exactly what I did. It took me like a week or two to do, but I did it. And now I have Iron Crown and Iron Boulder. Then I spent the better part of a week and a half grinding for full odds future Paradox Shinies. Yeah,
I have plans.
I don't know how I have the patience to do Masuda breeding and shiny hunting to that level, but YouTube really helps. And it helps that I'm subscribed to certain YouTubers that upload pretty regularly, so I don't ever run out of stuff to watch.
Hello.
And if I do, hey, you know, I just rewatch stuff I like. Also, why are we saying hello? What happened?
I don't know. I'm
like nervously checking Discord to see if it dropped me from the call briefly.
I dropped you from the call pretty briefly.
Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna drop myself from the call just to make you mad.
Oh.
I don't know if that made you mad.
It didn't. It was mildly surprising.
Fuck! I wanted it to make you mad.
Why would I get mad?
Oh no! Scared. Man, I thought I could.
Does anybody know why P-Man muted himself?
He's probably inverting himself. Don't worry about it.
Man, I wanted to do that earlier.
You wanted to just invert yourself.
I wanted to be inverse Wolfy. Actually, that reminds me of like a time KDZ and I were voice chatting, and we made a joke one time about like, well, what if there was like a dark version of me? And we were like, we'll name him Kuro because Shiro stems from the color white in Japanese, and Kuro is black in Japanese. So like, if he's opposite of me, then instead of having white hair, he has black hair. And his name is Kurokami. Now I want to make a Kurokami model. Just like, have a recolored version of a model with black hair instead of white hair, and just be like, hi, I'm Kurokami, I'm taking over this Twitch channel. That honestly wouldn't be much different than what Tricky Wee does on her channel. She literally has a character she made as a VTuber model, where if you redeem it, she spends like 20-30 minutes as that character with that model, like acting out as that character, and it's so cool.
I just realized I don't have my phone on.
And it's funny because she's arachnophobic, so the character that she occasionally will play as is a spider girl. I find that really interesting. It's like, wow, that's totally not triggering to your fear in any way.
Totally not. Totally.
I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to have arachnophobia. But if I have any sort of phobia, it's heights. Which is really interesting, because me being afraid of heights doesn't exactly translate to tall women.
Girl comedy should be tall?
No, instead of being this... No, we made, like, joke lore for Kurokami, where, like, instead of being a femboy, he's like a Neanderthal or some shit. Like, he's just this big, hairy wolf man.
I figured he would be a girl or something, or something.
Be a tomboy.
Tomboy.
Oh my god. That reminds me of all these videos and memes I've seen online where it's like, what's better for a relationship, a tomboy or a femboy? The answer is yes, both are good.
Alright, I'm back.
You know, it really depends on who you are. You know,
It depends on your tastes.
for me,
I mean, me, I would go both any day of the week, let's be real.
well, yeah, you're about as both sides as they come. You can't pick a side. You're such a fence sitter.
It's funny, because I have a keychain that says I can't even think straight.
Yeah.
Being bi be like... Thinking straight, I can't think straight because I have ADHD, and I'm bi.
I can't think straight because I like women.
You is woman who like woman. This is valid as fuck.
What's it's valid?
I was gonna make the joke because I'm asexual, I can't think at all.
Your thinking's just different.
You just think different.
Inspired by the opposite of death. Oh, like the life of youth. Right. Right, I get it. That's... Oh my god, opposite you would be death spatial. I wonder what death spatial would be like. Because we know who youth spatial is, but what about death spatial?
I think it would be more like death confinement. Because
Yeah!
it's the opposite of spatial.
I like confined spaces. Freedom is for wimps.
Freedom is for wimps. Look. I have the plants.
Also, going back on that wholesome femboy VTuber thing, yeah, I like to be a bit more wholesome than other femboy VTubers. That's fine. That's part of my branding. But I'm not gonna claim to be innocent when I have 2 emotes on my Discord server that are a little suggestive.
Yeah.
I just wanted a couple of suggestive emotes. One of which is appreciating femboy thighs, because... yes.
I think, what would be the opposite of P?
P-man, P-woman.
No, but with all
J.
the letters in the alphabet. I don't know. I think it would have to be like...
P is
if we were
what,
to put-
like, how many letters into the alphabet is P?
I think if we put all the letters, form it into a wheel, have it loop where or Z becomes A, and then it'll be on the opposite side of
16.
that. On the...
What?
It's 16.
Alright. Then we go halfway. What's letter number 8?
H.
Yep.
You are now H-man.
Ah, H.
Oh my god, is that H-bomber guy?
Oh no, I'm gonna...
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to have a super developed character. It's fine.
I mean, I'm semi-developing a mermaid witch type character based on the fact that I am fighting my OCD with spikes. So,
Dark.
being
I mean-
a
If I'm being real...
mermaid girl, I mean, why not? Why not?
If I'm being real, my VTuber character and model and everything is just an idealized version of what I am. I'm adorable. I look beautiful. I look good in a skirt.
I do too.
Skirts are
pair it with a nice, like, with a nice skirt that really accentuates, that's really just kind of pairs nicely with it, and it's just chef's kiss.
I actually ordered my before I got the those extra funds. I ordered some leggings. I'm diving into that territory now.
The pterodactyl part of my name comes from my love of just
Dinosaurs.
animals. Yeah.
Also, I got nail polish, but I'm not putting it on until like tomorrow evening. I'm sorry. I've had a bad case. And this is me going out of context with my VTuber character, because like, you know, it is what it is. I've been going through some unrelenting dysmorphia lately. So I'm ordering myself feminine things to spite the dysmorphia and make myself feel cute. So I figured, let's get some nail polish.
Yeah.
And order some feminine clothing, because you know what? I'm a femboy and I'm proud of that. I'm just not ready to come out of the closet to certain people quite yet.
Fair enough.
And it's funny, I actually recently joined a Discord server about it's called Femboy Academy. It's where a bunch of people come together, and they're like part of the LGBTQ community and stuff. And there's like voice training channels and stuff. There's like, oh well, there's the Dittos making the guttural demon screams again. But I figured I might give some voice training a try. You know, I've had people actually comment on my natural voice on stream before, but like, I want to see if I can't put a little effort into sounding a little more feminine. You know, for fun. I'm doing it because it's fun. It helps that I have a pretty good vocal range. Like, I think when I was younger, I could hit, like, let's be real, I'm a choir student through and through. I used to sing a lot. I used to hit soprano notes. I can't anymore. But alto's just as good. Just as valid. Just as beautiful.
Altos are out there. Half the girls that had crushes. Wait, what?
Oh wait, is the meal done? Oh, cool. Awesome. How many eggs did I get out of that? Oh, mother of God, I have to hatch 60 eggs. Alright, for those who don't know, Phione eggs take twice as long to hatch as any other egg in the game. And I have 60 of these things to hatch. So imagine my surprise, I have to sit here now and hatch these. This is probably why I'm gonna swap to one Ditto when I start doing this off stream. Because the 2 Dittos produces a ton of these eggs. That's probably how I got the 2 Cyndaquil really fast. Because I bred Johto Cyndaquil, no, it was Johto Typhlosion, Hisuian Typhlosion, and 2 Dittos. So I got like anywhere from like 30 to like 65 eggs per batch with those 2. It was a hell of a time. And now we get to the fun part. Running back and forth like a monkey and hatching these eggs. Let's see how long these take to hatch. Because I think, yeah, I was talking with Spectra last night, and, like, I had a rough estimation that normally eggs, when running full speed on Koraidon, take, like, a minute to start hatching. So I'm estimated, okay, these take twice as long, so maybe it'll take a couple minutes before they start hatching. But remember, I have to hatch 60 eggs now. I chose to do this. I'm not looking back. I'm a stick with this until a shiny little blob comes hurling out of that egg at Mach 1 and goes into a semi-truck windshield and scares the shit out of that truck driver.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by
A shiny
truck.
Phione.
A shiny truck.
No, see, and that's the interesting thing. Oh, wow, they're already hatching? It's only been like a minute. Oh, and to be fair, I have a steam engine Pokemon at the head of my party. So it does speed this process a little bit. Oh, look at the little guy. Look at him. Look at how adorable that is. Look how this thing is absolutely no thoughts head empty, the Pokemon, and I love that. They're also genderless. Phione is a non-binary prince or princess, whatever they feel like being. I'm surprised at how quickly these started hatching.
Did that Koraidon just laugh?
No, he has some idols and stuff. It's kind of like riding a big sandwich-loving dog. In fact, Koraidon and Miraidon are very much like dogs. Oh, Twitch used to make people put numbers in their names. Look at this adorable little goober. See, maybe that's why I wanted to breed Phione. These things are adorable. They're annoying as hell to catch in Legends Arceus, though. He's so adorable. I wish I could keep all of these, but then I'd run out of boxes, and then the game would be like, you have too many Pokemon. Oh, you forget the reason. Oh, okay. See, when I made the account, when I made this account to make my Twitch channel, I was happy that they let me have Shirokami VT, because I was gonna go just by Shirokami. Not gonna lie. But Twitch was like, nah, there's already a Shirokami on this website. So I went _VT. It works. It's technically what I am. It just means that I'm twitch.tv/ShiroKamiVT. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, but I was told by multiple sources that these take twice as long to hatch.
And what are they?
Also, I wanted to point out something about Ratchet and Clank because I started streaming that this week.
Yeah.
I think one of my nitpicks for it so far is that the music loops weird sometimes. Because, like, you get music in video games, and more often than not, it's designed to form an indefinite loop.
Right.
It must be like an Insomniac thing.
I'm wondering that, because, like, I remember the music looping a little better when I played those games as a kid.
Because it kind of
It might
just
just...
that in Spyro too.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
it's not just Ratchet and Clank.
Granted, the Spyro games are a little bit.
Because I remember I was streaming Ratchet and Clank 1, and I multiple times was like thinking, God, this song looped weird. And like the background music in Ratchet and Clank is good. It's really good.
I think there was one song in Spyro where it just faded out at the end, and then it started back up, but it started back up loud. It just the song
You're
starts out
just straining your ears to hear it at the end, and then you get fucking flash banged in the hearing sense.
Okay, so and it also doesn't help that the song starts out with like 3 sort of distinct drum beats, so you hear it fade out, and then all of a sudden, da-da-da-da-da-da.
God, I'd find that so annoying. Like, I tolerate it with Ratchet and Clank because I played those games all the time when I was younger. So, like, I'm more in that nostalgia filter right now, where I'm playing the game and I'm like, man, I remember how fucking cool this game was when I was a kid. And it's still pretty cool. It still, for the most part, holds up. I think the story pacing's a little wacky, though.
Spyro still seems pretty fun. The world designs have a lot of life and color, and the music is pretty good, even though it of course has weird looping.
Like, I'm on planet Battalia already. And that was just from, like, a single 4-hour stream.
I would imagine that it's a very long game.
I think most of the length comes from the collectathon element. Also, I want to make it a point when I go to play the third game that I want to complete everything I can. Because I want to unlock and show off the Insomniac Museum. Because I'm sorry.
That shit was so cool.
It was, and I want to show that to my chat. I want to show how cool that is. But I have to complete everything. I basically have to 100% that game. I want to get a Phione plush because I want to hug this little guy. I want to take this guy and hug him. I have a weakness and it's cute things. Everybody, oh man, Phione sucks. It's useless and bad, and look at those stats. Me, I will collect every one of them and hug every one of them like they are my children. It's like, you leave my child out of your dirty, filthy mouth.
Keep my child's name out your fucking mouth.
Oh my god, we're Will Smithing it.
Yeah.
Just playing Minecraft, just trying to find a way to get jungle logs.
If you think about it, when I go to release a bunch of these when I get the shiny, it's gonna be really funny because I'm releasing a Pokemon that there should only ever be one of in this one universe, and just mass releasing a bunch of them into the wild.
I found a banana.
I'm going to single-handedly fuck up this ecosystem.
You and your invasive species.
My invasive mythical species.
It's fine. I don't worry. Be
Okay, yeah,
happy.
so using 2 Dittos to get like 60 eggs isn't that much longer than I've been experiencing. I get twice as many eggs and it gets done twice as fast. I thought this entire process would take way longer because of how long these eggs go for. Also, I have a nitpick, Game Freak. Can we get all these Phione eggs to look like the Manaphy egg from BDSP? Because I feel like that would be lore accurate instead of the same old, same dinosaur egg. No, just a nitpick. Just a nitpick, Game Freak. You can push out a free update to this game to do that.
But maybe they're Yoshi fans.
That's what Dragonite
Yeah.
evolves into. Didn't you know?
I evolve into a Yoshi.
I find it really funny that people used to think that, because shiny Dragonite looks like Yoshi. It is green, like Yoshi. Look at the little guy. They're even coming out in size variants, too.
They're coming out? Well, congratulations.
Aw, yeah, congratulations to them for coming out.
Yeah, they're coming out as non-binary because they all have no gender. We need to put a non-binary pin on every one of these guys.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. I'll ask my non-binary pals.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of human companionship, Flareon is objectively the most huggable Pokemon?
Yes, because it's so warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I totally wasn't thinking that you were gonna go the Vaporeon route there.
What?
Because I'm sure anyone that knows anything about Pokemon
Look at her!
knows
Adorable!
what the Vaporeon copy pasta is.
Oh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pick Glowberries, but I need any food I can get.
Okay, let's do a little social experiment here. Azura, do you know about the Vaporeon copy pasta?
No.
Do your
Oh no.
I was gonna say
Don't spoil it for the sweet summer child.
I was gonna say you could just Google it, but if you do, don't read it out loud.
I'm in the middle of trying to survive in a Minecraft world where
The Flareon
I'm not
one is
sure.
better. Trust me. Trust me, Azura, the Flareon one is better.
Yeah. Now I kind of want to get a Vaporeon and name it Did You Know? Some people will be confused by that name. Those who know, they'll know. They'll know.
Oh god, no.
D-I-J-U-N-O, did you know?
Did
No,
you know?
D-I-G-I-N-O.
probably grab more wood. Because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna see a healthy amount of wood in this server will be.
I ran into an old man with my bike lizard.
So
I
need-
am not filling out insurance paperwork for that. Look at this
Okay.
little guy.
Ellens, please tell me this is.
No, you
This
know
looks
what?
like somebody's
you know what?
farm. I'm not gonna rob somebody's farm.
You know what Phione reminds me of? Allays from Minecraft. They're like little floating blue dudes.
Wait,
and they're adorable as hell.
is this the farm of some village?
No, it's probably a farm of a player.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this in our
I guess
server?
No. I'm on a mermaid server.
Oh,
We've got like 10 people online, and I am trying to find a decent source of food.
also, for anybody who watches the Minecraft streams, the magic mod we had when the last time I was streaming is no longer there. We now have a different magic mod. So, those elementals I was searching for last time I streamed that game, gone. Along with everything that they came with.
Yeah, but the elemental
Yeah, the elementals were a bit of a pain. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They were miserable to deal with. I just had a lot of fun getting every element staff in that mod. It was fun. And I learned that you can naturally spawn 2 wardens, and it's scary as hell. See, Phione agrees. I know Manaphy got a movie, but did Phione get a movie?
Food. Let me have food.
I don't remember if... I don't even know if Phione got a movie.
I am just eating raw fish at this point.
Look at this little goober.
I do not want to fight you. Who drowned?
Are any of those drowned named Ben?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know Manaphy got a movie, but did Phione get a movie? That's the question.
No, I did. I got all the movies.
Azura was in every movie.
Every movie ever made.
So that's what the first, what I... What?
What?
Huh?
OBS, will you quit freaking out, please?
No.
We're
I think
we're
I
trying...
broke up,
I'm trying to talk to my friends. Hey, Vegeta, we're friends, right? Fuck
No.
off. The best.
Fuck off.
Oh, okay. Manaphy gets a whole feature-length film. Phione, a 23-minute episode. Yeah, they are not treating Phione right. I'm gonna be real.
Full food. I need a renewable food source and stats.
OBS, if he could behave for like more than 5 minutes, I would be massively impressed. Watch OBS behave the whole rest of the stream because I said that.
Yeah, just ask it nicely.
Yeah, you just got... See, all those people out there being like, I scream at my stuff to get it to work. Me. I just give it little pats and go, hey, you can work, right? Please? You know, be nice, sweet talk a little bit. Maybe offer it some cookies. I don't know. Maybe offer it maybe offer it a manager position in your femboy bakery. I don't know.
I am killing a bunch of tropical fish just for food. That's an axolotl. I'm not gonna kill that.
You can put it in a bucket.
I don't have a bucket. I don't have iron.
Dude, I'd be so sad if I was in that position because I love axolotls.
I don't even have a place to stay.
I
am wandering around the ocean trying to find a place that's unoccupied by people that I can and have decent resources at.
I love axolotls so much that I have like 3 plush axolotls. They're like my IKEA sharks. Only I don't have an IKEA shark yet. One day I will, though. Actually, I got some money. I could probably just order one. Get the mythical IKEA shark.
Canada 5 would recommend.
Actually, no, you know what'll be funny? If they bring back all the megas for Legends ZA, I want to get a Sharpedo and name it Blowhigh.
Yeah.
I would say 20 out of 7.285 I would recommend.
I want to get a Sharpedo that Mega Evolves and name it Blowhigh. And just have him be a mainstay on the team.
What about me? I am a shark.
I am Shark. No, you know what'd be better is if it was shiny Sharpedo.
Adelante.
Look, Garchomp is a land shark. I'm looking for an ocean shark.
You don't like me, so you replace me with
Sure.
things that swim. No, I see how it is.
Hey, just be thankful you're a mainstay on my main team. I'm looking up Sharpedo because I am.
Put that on your team.
Yeah, I have a Garchomp on my main team. The only thing that managed to defeat him was a dolphin. Oh, it's purple! It's purple! That's so cool! What about the Mega? What about the Mega? Also purple. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's official. Alright?
It's a fish.
It's a fish, y'all.
It's a fish. Oh, hey.
I will shiny hunt a Sharpedo if it's in Legends ZA. Give it a Mega Stone and name it Blowhigh. I don't care what gender that thing is. It will be Blowhigh.
Blowhigh can be whatever you want it to be. That's the point of Blowhigh.
Blowhigh is so affirming that they affirm trans femmes, trans masks, and femboys everywhere.
Look, they just Blowhigh is just
They affirm.
I am getting a halfway decent amount of
Firmly
iron
affirm.
here. Under the sea.
No. I just
cool.
thought of something really funny. What would you call being pelted by IKEA sharks? I haven't even told the punchline and one of y'all's going crazy over there.
What is the punchline? I'm
just
scared.
wondering what it's gonna be.
Being pelted by IKEA sharks could be called affirmative action.
Why? Why?
Because they affirm.
I can't take you anywhere, Shiro.
Why?
Oh, come on, I thought it was good. Watch, someone online's gonna watch this part of the VOD and be like, haha, that Wolfy's so funny. I'll get my validation. Let's see how it is. I thought of a really clever Blowhigh joke and y'all don't like it.
There's many words I could say. Fish being one of them.
I mean, what would you call it? Aggressive positivity? Imagine a Sharknado of blowhighs.
Look,
It's
that's the
it's
hidden
the,
seventh Sharknado movie. It's all blowhighs.
it's just a bunch of identity affirming sharks in a tornado.
Yeah. So
They're not here to kill or maim you. They're here to tell you that you're valid.
that would be the best Sharknado movie because everyone's just you set up half the
Okay,
movie with like you
I
don't show Sharknado for half the movie. You're like, oh god, the Sharknado's coming. Oh no! And then it's blowhighs, and then it's adorable.
Okay, in this sunset light, Phione looks actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. See, what's nice is that the in-game lighting won't fool me into thinking it's a shiny, because I know the shiny has a yellow gem on its body instead of a red one. See, I went into this knowing what the shiny looked like. People call Phione useless. Now who's laughing?
There's a cave back there.
Is it a rave cave?
I hope not.
You just hear the stadium rave from SpongeBob. From that episode with the jellyfish where he, like, brings a jellyfish into his house. Come on, I can't be the only one that knows that episode.
I know that episode. I'm just focused on something.
Yeah, that song from that episode. Yeah, that's called Stadium Rave.
Oh, God damn it, now I want to play it.
I want to, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna get claimed or some shit.
Why don't we just talk about swords?
Okay.
Double pussed. I mean, hey. It would work if I was playing the song.
Why? You need to fish. Look. I'm mermaid.
No, I got that it was a double post with the emotes. I get that. I'm just saying it'd be really funny if you did that while I was playing that song.
Are the champions?
Hey.
I remember when I was making the Femboy Bakery jokes on that Power Wash stream, and I remember Sage being like, "You haven't had any of that hard lemonade, have you?" And I'm like, "No."
He might be. He asked. I've been asking me tonight if I've had any hard lemonade. He got him. I don't know what he got, but he got him. Like, God, we got. Ah!
Learn to dodge. Actually, does anybody know if a Phione plush exists in this world? And if so, how much it is?
$2 million.
Every day thereafter, and duct tape.
The more blobfish I can take out, the more good food I have. I'm starting to get a amount of food. Not great, especially because I have no method of cooking. I'm just eating raw fish. But it's enough where I'm being somewhat sustained.
You know what I find really funny? When you breed Manaphy, you get Phione, but Phione doesn't evolve into Manaphy at all. You would think in stock on Pokemon $10.99 for a Phione plush? That's a fucking steal.
This looks like somebody's
You know,
plate.
I have these extreme sour lemon candies that's still sitting on my desk. And I'm just like terrified to eat them.
Because sourness is an extreme form of sweetness.
It's the sitting cutie. Alright. I'll bite. How the hell does Phione sit? It is literally just a body with arms and a head. Now, if it was Manaphy, yeah, sure.
At least it doesn't.
You know what? If Phione starts dancing right now, I would love that.
Look at this.
Yeah, I get that. I know that's the type of plushie it is. I'm just trying to figure out in my head how the hell Phione sits. That's my question.
Very carefully.
Thank you.
You know, it actually does it very dangerously.
Yeah, very dangerous.
It doesn't care if it puts its own life in danger. It just wants to fucking sit.
Interesting, cheesy. Sir, what the hell? Sir, what the hell?
Injuries are cool.
There's
Murder
no,
of the rainbow.
there's no more. I don't know. Ow.
You're just so cheesy. Hi, welcome to the Jalapeno Poppers show.
Hey, did you know the sky is blue?
Actually, I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna.
Yes, we all know it's a reflection of light. It makes it look blue.
I mean, more like it's a refraction.
No Manaphy in stock, just Phione. Finally, Phione got justice.
A mermaid somehow sets up living in a desert. I respect this person's commitment.
Commitment to the bit.
Commitment to the bit issues.
I thought about doing a Pokemon friend lock But I have problems with the idea. The big one being, I don't know if I have enough friends to do a friend lock with. Because the idea of a friend lock is, it's a Nuzlocke, but friends in voice chat with me control the Pokemon I use in battle.
Fuck.
Look, Shiro. Look, all you gotta do, if you need more friends, just go to a fun little website. It's called adultfriendfinder.com. Don't go to that site!
What?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a fucking adult dating site. As in, like, it's a hookup site.
Oh, good. It's fucked up Tinder.
It's Tinder, but outdated as fuck.
God, I think I just cringed a little inside hearing that.
Look, you want to find friends. It says
It's a friend finder.
Yeah, you know it would be great with friends, playing with toys. But
Like
you're
normal
both
adults.
And you're grown up, so you need to find some adult toys, so that's what you need to Google.
I just Google adult toys.
Yeah.
Finds a tall Optimus Prime figure. You're like, oh my god! I didn't.
Connor would do all those things, by the way. He'd go on Friend Finder and.
Looks up adult toys. Wait a minute, this isn't my Ultraman figure.
That's right.
Does Phione have a movie? No, Patrick, Phione doesn't have a movie. Only Manaphy has a movie between the two of them. Well, that seems kind of unfair to Phione, don't you think? Thanks, Squidward. Patrick, I'm gonna have to ask you to shut the hell up. Look at this little goober. The only thing I don't like about long hair is how much it tangles.
Yeah,
And specifically with itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I just know... How did it take me an hour and a half of streaming to notice that the last person I rated at the end of my last stream is my latest follower? How did it take me this long to figure that out?
Oh,
God, I really am blind. I wear corrective lenses and I didn't see that till now.
I don't know, but we may be blind, but we could still see how many of you are watching this and not subscribed.
so
And that's a whole minus 15% of you.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, comment, and fuck off. Wait.
Suddenly a fuck off button pops up under the YouTube video.
No,
It's
it
like-
explodes with rainbows, because that's...
You get that one person that's like, I wonder what this button does. How spontaneously explodes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Goo Lagoon. Also, I know that Goo Lagoon is supposed to be like their beach in SpongeBob, but I can't be the only one that watched SpongeBob as a kid and was somehow grossed out by Goo Lagoon. Because like I've gone swimming before.
In Goo Lagoon?
No, not in Goo Lagoon, but like in bodies of water before. So when I saw Goo Lagoon growing up, I was just like, God, that just looks disgusting. Like, I get it, it's a cartoon. It's not supposed to be like realistic or anything.
No, it's totally supposed to be...
I feel like one of my favorite early SpongeBob gags is Patrick questioning why they have a bonfire underwater. It's just like, wait a minute, if we're underwater, how can there be a... Fire goes out.
You see, a bonfire happens when Agent 007,
Fires his
ignites
gun.
Fire, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
OBS had a freak out, and you know what? I'm impressed with OBS. I asked it nicely to go more than 5 minutes without a freak out, and you know what? It did that. It did that for me. And you know what? That just renews my hope in this horrible world with this software. The software listened to me, and now it's freaking out because I called it out.
Yeah. That's what it does.
It's very shy.
It's just like, oh, you don't have to call me out. People are watching.
People are like watching.
People are watching. Why do you have
People
to do
are
this?
watching.
You know what, OBS? For the first time, like, probably ever, you get headbats. I'm actually impressed. And now we're just gonna pretend that it's not even a thing anymore.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Exactly.
Oh
I'm
man.
going to go do the sleeps. You have fun.
Okay.
Probably me too.
Alright, bye.
See you
Oh,
later.
God.
God.
You can't leave me alone with this space dragon. He's... Oh no. Hi.
Hello.
So what planet are you from?
Thing is, I don't have a planet I live on. I was born in this, but I was born in vast nothingness.
Oh yeah, right. You're the Void Dragon, right?
Yep.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite dragon type Pokemon?
That all depends, really. Okay. Normal type, a normal for a normal dragon. Let's see. Here, in fact, that all the ones I like, really like, are pseudo legends. So, yeah. Let's see.
That doesn't... I mean, I guess it narrows it down a little bit. Because most of
Yeah.
the pseudo-legendaries in these games are dragons. Pretty much all but, like, 2 of them are dragons. And that's not me trying to degrade other dragon types, because other dragon types are good. Also, I find it really funny that when they showed off Drampa when Sun and Moon was in development, and everyone was like, "Is this a Dunsparce evolution?" And then Paldea comes out, we actually get a Dunsparce evolution, and it's the Dunsparce. It's just bigger, longer Dunsparce.
Would Noivern be counting as a pseudo-legendary?
I don't think it is a pseudo-legendary, but it is a dragon type. That's pretty cool. I think it was actually one of my first shiny hunts in Scarlet.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, use my no pseudo I'm a type. As for my pseudo I'm a legendary. Oh, it's a between Dragapult and Hydreigon.
Ooh, two really good ones.
Uh-huh.
Dragapult's really good, because it's the same typing as Giratina, which is like Ghost Dragon, but it's also really fast.
Yeah.
It's a glass cannon.
And for my legendary
Favorite legendary dragon. What's up?
let's see. Oh, that's a hard one. Because I'm it's I would say a three-way tie between Giratina, Dialga, and Rayquaza.
I was gonna say, you seem like you would enjoy Giratina.
I mean, yeah. Or Zygarde as well.
Zygarde's pretty cool. It's a shame that it took one generation later for them to give us any more stuff with Zygarde.
Yeah.
Because Zygarde was just useless in its own debut game. It took till Sun and Moon for them to go, you know, Zygarde's cool. Let's give it these forms that everybody knows already exist because of the anime. Like, they shafted that poor slug dragon. I always thought it had a really cool aesthetic, because it's like, it's covered in hexagons, and it has a hexagonal pattern.
Yeah. Is there any mythical dragons?
Any what dragons?
Mythical dragon Pokemon?
Mythicals that are dragon. Maybe? I think a lot of the mythicals tend to be more psychic type than dragon.
Unless you count the god himself.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess Arceus could be a dragon type if it had the Drake plate.
Yeah. Well, I'm some growling like a motherfucker and it's about There we go. Alright. So yeah, we got so those are my Pokemon. Dragon types. Pokemon.
I don't think there's a single mythical that's a dragon type outside of Arceus. And Arceus is a special case because it's normally normal type.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, a lot of the mythical Pokemon tend to be psychic type. And then we have, like, I think 2 or 3 legendaries that are dragon and psychic type. And the main ones I can think of are Latios and Latias.
Yeah. Let's see if I had a.
Oh wait, no, there was another dragon psychic type, Ultra Necrozma.
Oh yeah.
That big light bulb dragon. Because Necrozma normally is a psychic type, so they were like, you know what would be cool? Is if its most powerful form was also a dragon.
Yeah. Hmm. Let's see.
I know I got a couple of fighting type mythicals, being like Keldeo and Marshadow. I got one dark type and Darkrai. Yeah, we got like 2 grass type mythicals. Because we got Celebi and we got Shaman.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all my Phione eggs. Well, time to reload the game and do this again.
Hmm. And if I had to go
Oh
through
wait,
every
yeah,
single,
Zarude is a grass type, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and it's a dark type.
Hmm.
So Darkrai is no longer the only dark type. Yeah, I totally forgot about Zarude. Thank you for pointing that one out. Holy shit. I know we got Zeraora, but that's like electric type, like pure electric type.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I feel like it should be electric fighting.
That would make a lot more sense.
I'm waiting for them to give us an electric fire type that isn't Rotom.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have that.
I'm surprised we don't have a fire fairy type. That would be so cool. Because you got 2 offensively powerful types.
Hmm. Alright, here we go. As you asked me something about Pokemon, I would say a few one.
What?
If you had to go through, if you had to go, since you asked me the question about Pokemon, I'll ask you a question about Pokemon. Throughout each of the trios, throughout every generation, which one of the trios would you choose? Like,
Of the legendary trios?
yeah, like one Pokemon from each of the trios.
Oh, you want me to pick my favorite out of each trio?
Yeah.
Well, let's start from the beginning with the Kanto birds. I feel like I like Articuno best out of the birds. Also, yes, Zarude did have a really bad distribution, so... Like, they had the distribution for normal Zarude, and then there was Dada Zarude. And the only reason I have Dada Zarude is because it was traded to me. Because it was... I think you had to have the movie code for that one.
Oh, why?
the Johto legendaries, Ho-Oh and Lugia aren't part of a trio, but there is Raikou, Entei, and Suicune.
Yep.
I feel like Suicune's my favorite out of those. Between Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, probably Rayquaza, because it's got a really cool shiny and a cool mega.
Yeah.
And I'm not dissing the primal reversions, because those were pretty cool.
I'm gonna say that.
For space, time, and distortion, I'm gonna have to pick Palkia for space, because, like, I was born in June, and the birthstone for that is Pearl, so, like, it's the Pearl legendary, so I'm more connected with that on, like, on a deeper level. Then Palkia is just cool. I don't care too much for the origin form. Like, Origin Palkia looks so stupid, but, like, I respect Origin Palkia.
I got the Ocean Trio.
Oh, the Lake Trio, yeah,
Yeah.
Probably Azelf, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I found so good to be like you were.
Yeah,
basically playing
because I play a really funny Azelf in a mystery dungeon playthrough that Miser was doing once. It was a whole bit. Truth ideals and the connection of those. I don't remember what Purim represents. That one's been kind of a funny one for me, because when I first found out about Pokemon Black and White, my favorite of the three was Zekrom, because I liked Zekrom. And then it was Reshiram for a while. Now, my favorite of that trio is Kyurem. And I say that specifically because Kyurem White exists. Also, have a good one, Youth. You take care. The forces of nature, I'm not going to include Enamorous, because while it is part of the forces of nature, making that a quartet, I'm talking the original three, so like Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus. I want to say I like Tornadus design-wise a little better, especially the Therian form, because it has big old muscles. Life, death, and order. Death. So Yveltal. It was my first ever legendary in a game. Because my first game was Pokemon Y. Love Yveltal. For the
Light
Sun
Trio.
for the Light. I was gonna say the Sun and Moon Trio, but Light Trio sounds better because they're from sources of light.
Yep.
Probably. I want to say it's a tie between Lunala and Dawnwing Necrozma, because they're both Lunala. It's just forms of Lunala, or based around Lunala, because Dawnwing Necrozma is Necrozma fused with Lunala.
Fair.
I struggle to say that the Sword and Shield legendaries were a trio, but they kind of are.
The combat trio.
Basically
Zacian-
combat trio.
Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternatus.
I want to say Zacian.
Makes sense.
It's Sword Dog. And for this game, I don't think we have a definitive legendary trio. And I say that because we have version exclusive legendaries, But then, like, every DLC got its own legendary, so we never got a definitive third member. We just got... We got Koraidon, Miraidon, Ogerpon, and Terapagos.
Yeah, apparently it does. The Loyal 3, which is
Oh, okay, so there is a trio. There's a trio and a quartet.
yep, the Pity?
Vezendipity? Oh my god. I don't...
Yeah.
Its design's okay, but I don't like that name. It's so stupid.
It's weird. Monkey Dory. And
I like Okidogi.
oh,
Okidogi's
yeah.
cool. It's a big old dog.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we forgot the Swords of Justice.
I was wondering if you found about those ones.
That was another Gen 5 trio. I want to say Cabalion, because, like, Cabalion seems like it's the cool-headed leader. And that's exactly how it is in the movie. It's the wise, cool-headed leader. God, where the... I mean, I guess if you count the paradox forms of those legendaries as trios, there are more trios in Gen 9.
True.
Because you got the paradoxes of the Johto trio. And I feel like out of all three of them, Walking Wake's probably my favorite. So two Suicunes being my favorite.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, it's weird that it's like a raptor that turns into a dog, essentially. But, like, I don't know, Walking Wake's pretty neat.
Okay, so
And
this
for
makes sense.
and for the future Swords of Justice, that's Iron Leaves, Iron Crown, and Iron Boulder. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Iron Boulder for that trio, because, like, I've pointed out on streams before that I think Iron Boulder looks really stupid. But I respect the hell out of it, because it's actually a really good Pokemon.
Enough.
I mean, so is Raging Bolt, but that thing's a long giraffe cat thing.
Yeah. There are duos as well.
There are
You got the
duos, and I gotta
Mudo.
and I kind of gotta remember the quartets as well. Even though if I count the incarnate forces of nature as a quartet, it would still be Thunderous. I don't like Enamorous. Enamorous is so stupid.
I don't even know why is that thing.
It debuted in Legends Arceus. Because they were like, oh yeah, let's give them a fourth member. Even though it was perfectly fine as a trio.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the, I wanna say the Ruinous Quartet. Because that's what they are in this game. I wanna say I got to enjoy Chi-Yu the most, because it's just a fiery fish.
Oh, those what is it?
Yeah, the Ruinous Quartet from Scarlet and Violet. Then they have an absolutely baller theme to listen to. Now, if we're going off of duos, between Koraidon and Miraidon, I think I like Koraidon a little better. It's a dino bike. I mean, so is the other one, but it's the future dino bike. I like the prehistoric dino bike. Even if the wheels on it make no sense.
Yeah. We got the Nobel Plateau Guardians, which is Volcanian and Magearnia.
Oh, Magearna, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Magearna a lot. Mostly because I have a competitively trained Magearna that was really strong. That and its ability, Soul Heart, is so fucking busted. Like,
Yeah.
literally, if anything in the battlefield faints, it gets stronger, even if it's an ally. So it's just sitting there getting stronger off of everybody's suffering. There's also Latios and Latias, that's a duo.
Lugia and Ho-Oh are the duels.
I like Latios, but I respect the hell out of Latias.
I mean, yeah.
And between Ho and Lugia, Lugia the whole way. I have a shiny Lugia, and he is my friend. Also, I find it really funny, because in the movie, it lives in the bottom of the ocean and is not a water type. It is psychic flying. But if you watch the movie and have no context, you're like, oh yeah, that's totally a water type. It lives in the ocean.
Alright, then we got the Mew duo.
Oh, the Muse. I want to say Mewtwo. Mewtwo got cool Megas, too. They got 2
Yeah.
Megas.
Which is funny, because there's also another, and that's another duo for him. The Mega
The Mega Mewtwo's.
X and Mega Mewtwo Y.
Well, because I played Pokemon Y, I mainly got to use Mega Mewtwo Y. But I respect what Mega Mewtwo X brought to the table, because it tried to turn this powerful special attacker into a physical attacker.
I mean, fair enough.
So it dared you to make a new set that you normally would not make with a Mewtwo.
Yeah. He's a lunar duo.
Oh wait, the Reggies. That's not really a trio anymore. That's like... There's like 6 Reggies now.
Yeah, Hexagon.
Because
Yes.
there's Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki, Regidrago, and Regigigas.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Reggies. I want to say Regigigas, but there's a small little voice in my head that's screaming Regidrago, purely off of the aesthetic alone. I'm sorry, but it is a ball of dragon energy that has limbs made from the skull of a dragon.
Yeah. You were thinking the exact same thing from what I was thinking. I think like that. Gigas was literally
I mean, it's the
Quite a
master
mix.
of the Reggies.
yeah. So the one thing that kind of drops him out a little bit is because of his ability.
Yeah, and that's funny because you'd think, because Legends Arceus didn't have abilities, but Regigigas still has slow start. In a game with no abilities, it still has its ability.
Yeah, that is just completely stupid.
I did have a competitively trained Regigigas back in like Gen 7, where during its slow start phase, I basically just double teamed. And I know a lot of people will hear that. If like people who watch this and they hear that, they'll be like, oh my god, you're absolutely disgusting for doing that. But in my defense, Regigigas and slow start is otherwise very bad to deal with. From the perspective of just trying to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we have the Sea Guardians.
Oh, the Guardians of Alola, right? That quartet.
No, and this is a duo, Manaphy and Phione.
Well, I'm breeding Phione because I want a shiny, so I think we already know what my favorite of the two is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's useless. I want it.
No thoughts. Hit FD.
It is my little goober. For the Guardians of Alola, I want to say, like, probably Tapu Fini. Because I had a competitively trained Tapu Fini, and it was really good. But then I find out that the tournament I was training it for disallowed the Tapus. So that made me upset a little bit. So I had to quick train like a Zapdos or some shit. And that turned out not to be as good, because the Tapu Fini actually went well with the rest of my team. It was bulky, it had Aqua Ring so it could heal itself. And then we gotta remember that all the Ultra Beasts exist, and that people consider them all legendaries.
Yeah. Here's another duo, the Lunar duo.
Lunar? Oh, you mean like Cresselia Darkrai?
Yep, those two.
I'm gonna go with my boy Darkrai.
Yeah, that's a. And that's basically all it for now.
Also, I really love Shaman. It's not part of any. It's not part of any group, but I love Shaman.
Hey, Sky. Not because yeah, they just go
No,
crazy.
it's because of Legends Arceus, because it does show up in that game.
Yeah.
As far as Ultra Beasts, like, technically, Solgaleo and Lunala are Ultra Beasts. So I could say Lunala again, but I don't want to do that. But I want to say it's probably a tie between Poipole and Naganadel. And that's funny because Poipole evolves into Naganadel. It's a little poison-type goober that evolves into a dragon.
Yeah, makes sense.
It wasn't particularly defensible, it was just fast and strong. And I got the shiny from the event, so it looks like a dragon killer bee thing. It literally has yellow and black stripes like a bee. It is quite literally a killer bee that shoots venom out of its stinger. And Poipole, just because I love how adorable it is, and I did try to competitively train a Poipole, but the problem is, because it's unevolved, its stats are terrible. But I was like, no, let's make an Eviolite set out of it, because Eviolite works on it, and that just makes it bulkier. But the set relied on the move Fell Stinger, which isn't that great of a move. But its effect is, if it does KO, it like, sharply raises attack. Which was the one offensive stat Poipole has. And it's funny, because when it evolves, it becomes a special attacker. And I also respect some of the other legendaries. Like, I respect Xerneas because, for the time, a fairy-type legendary was absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
It was the first. And then we got the mythical Diancie, which got a Mega Evolution. And that was a Rock Fairy type. And then there was Hoopa. That thing's nuts. Now I'm just naming off mythicals. I mean, mythicals are kind of like legendaries. They don't have the stats, but like they're kind of in this a similar caliber. Alright, here's a fun one we could both answer. Favorite starter? And I can actually answer that with absolute certainty because I bred a shiny for every starter.
So, like, from every generation, or
Yeah, just all the starters in every game.
Ooh.
Just like out of all of them, which one is just your favorite out of every one of them together?
I gotta go through all of them again.
Honestly, out of all of them, I feel like it's an interesting tie between Greninja and Incineroar. Because Pokemon Y was my first game, Sun and Moon was my second game, and they were my first choices for starters. Though I've come to really love Decidueye a lot. See, Hisuian form's pretty good too. No, you know what? We can list our favorite starter from every generation if you want. It would probably help us, like, or more you with refreshing your memory on it.
Yeah.
We'll start from Gen 1, the Kanto starters. Which would be Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise.
Charizard, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. Alright, well, if you're going the actual full evolutions, yeah.
I'm thinking full evolution because, like,
Yeah.
at that point, it's a judgment based off of the entire line.
True. It'd still be a two-way tie between Blastoise and Charizard.
I'm gonna have to go hard Charizard all the way. It got 2 Megas. It took till Gen 6 for them to finally make Charizard into a Dragon type, and they did it through a Mega.
Fair.
And Mega Charizard X looks super cool.
Oh yeah.
The Johto starters, that's Typhlosion, Bayleaf, and God, what's it called? Feraligatr. Yeah, Feraligatr.
Oh, Typhlosion all the way.
I want to say Feraligatr. He's a big derpy boy.
Fair enough. Do we count the Pikachu and Eevee as partners?
I mean, I probably won't because I never played Let's Go.
Yeah. So let's just.
But if I could pick between the two, Eevee all the way.
I'd go Eevee all the way as well. Screw that rat.
Okay, the Hoenn starters. That's Blaziken, Sceptile, and Swampert. And I'ma just go off and say Swampert. Because it's an axolotl, it's big and buff, and its Mega is really cool. Like, they turned an axolotl into a big, buff dude.
This one's a tricky one, considering the fact that I like all three of them.
And they each have a mega.
Yeah, which is... that's a hard one.
My question for Sceptile is why the base form stuck with being pure grass type, and they gave the mega, like, grass dragon. Why couldn't it just be normally grass dragon?
I have no idea.
That'd be so cool. Like, I know there are fan games that have done that, where they make Sceptile a grass dragon type normally. Yeah, I was gonna say, because out of the Hoenn starters, Sceptile and Blaziken are probably tied for second out of them, because they're all so good.
Yeah, they're all so good. I really have no idea which one to choose between all three of them, because they're just good in their own general direction.
They clearly had a favoritism for Blaziken, because they gave us that mega before the other two.
Yeah.
Because they distributed it to X and Y before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out.
Mm.
And it was just them going, hey, we're gonna tease you by giving you this mega of this starter line.
I would have to go straight Sceptile.
Sceptile's a good boy. Alright, the Sinnoh starters. That's Empoleon, Torterra, and Infernape. And I'm gonna go with the monkey. I love Infernape. Of all the fighting starters, Infernape's probably the best in my opinion.
It's a very close two-way tie between Empoleon and Infernape for me.
Both are really good.
Yeah.
Sad that Kai couldn't make it far enough in that Nuzlocke. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Alright, so Unova, that's Emboar, Serperior, and Samurott.
Samurott.
Interesting. I was gonna say Serperior, because I actually have a story to back up why I love Serperior. Because I had one that was competitively trained in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So this thing conquered the battle tree for me, and it was a pretty good start in the Battle Royal Dome. And I did transfer that Serperior into Scarlet, so I just have a Battle Tree Master Serperior sitting in one of my boxes. And she was an absolute beast. And it's funny because people will look at the Serperior line and go, that thing just sucks. No, you want a bad grass starter? Look at Chikorita.
Yeah. Yeah.
They shafted Typhlosion for sure, but my god, did they ever shaft Chikorita.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the Kalos ones. That's Greninja, Delphox, Chestnut.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that Ditto doing?
No idea. And I had to stick with him for I'm to the entire enemy beforehand, so fuck it. A growing Greninja.
You are so base for that opinion.
Yeah,
because Greninja was my first ever starter, and I love that Ninja Frog. Alright. So Alola, that's Incineroar, Decidueye, and Primarina.
I believe we know which one it is.
Incin.
Insane.
Yeah, because, like, I love Incin. I respect Decidueye, and I respect Primarina. But Incin's just a really fun Pokemon, conceptually.
Yeah.
It is a buff wrestler cat.
My heart second would have been, Primarina.
Wow, you're not even giving that owl a chance. Oh shit, I didn't even count that first batch on my counter. I gotta do that in a sec here. But this is 66 eggs now on this batch.
It has got a Sword
Okay,
and Shield.
hold on. I bred 60 before, so we're gonna bring this counter up to 60 real quick.
Alright.
Okay. For Galar, that one is Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleon.
I'm liking the monkeys a lot, so Rillaboom for me.
See, that's an interesting one for me, because, like, the Galar starters weren't too impressive design-wise and type-wise. Like, thank goodness Cinderace isn't another firefighting starter. It's just pure fire. But that can also be said for Inteleon and Rillaboom being pure water and pure grass. But out of the Galar starters, I want to say Cinderace. Because I bonded with my first Cinderace. His name was Skip and Hop, and he was an absolute treasure.
Fair.
And now we're on Paldea, where we're looking at Skeledirge, Meowscarada, and Quaquaval.
Straight for alligator.
Oh, you mean Skeledirge.
Let's go to the dirt, yeah.
I mean, it's still a crocodile either way. I haven't really trained a Quaquaval, so I can't really say much for it. It's design-wise, it's okay, but I don't like its battle pose because it makes me a little uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
But out of the two starters I did train, I'm gonna have to go with Meowscarada. I picked it because, like, for two reasons when I went into this game. The first reason being Weed Cat. It was a meme, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the meme. But also because I actually really love Sprigatito's design.
Yeah.
Meowscarada, yeah, it falls into the same territory as Quaquaval, where both of those were designed by the character designer for Bayonetta, which is why Quaquaval and Meowscarada are a little a little more adult oriented looking.
Yeah. As for Free Coco, he's just a fucking
There are no thoughts. There are no. Yeah, that is definitive no thoughts head empty Pokemon, and there are quite a few because you got Quagsire as well. And it's funny because Quagsire gets the ability Unaware. I mean, so does Skeledirge. It's just funny because these Pokemon are definitive no thoughts head empty Pokemon with the ability Unaware.
Yeah.
So by definition, there are literally no thoughts in their heads at all. They just exist. And for shits and giggles, let's do the Hisuian starters. Even though the only thing that's different is the final evolutions. That would be Typhlosion, Samurott, and Decidueye. It was a fun little bonus round.
Ooh, that's a. This one's a trick. And this one's a hard one for me. Let's go.
Honestly, same, because I've used all three of them, and they're all pretty good in their own game. And I love that their shinies are references to the original variants of those Pokemon. Honestly, I feel like out of all the Hisuian starters, I'm gonna have to give it to Decidueye. Because when I streamed Legends Arceus, I had a Decidueye and his name was Akatori. And he was a bro.
I'm trying to give that owl some love, but it's just so hard considering like that. Every time I hear, every time I see it, it's just making me give it just reminds me of Serena every time. It's just that's gonna hurt my head every time. I'm not saying it's a bad Pokemon. It just gives me a headache sometimes.
The association.
Yes.
I mean,
I would-
when I picked Decidueye, I picked it based off of the fact that I enjoyed it a little more than the other two.
I'm good. Oh god, how do you spell the Decidueye?
Decidueye. Its name is literally just like a conjunction of decide and I. But with a U in between for some reason.
We got that version, we got a... Okay, here we go. Oh. All his zero uniforms look really good.
Yeah, the Hisuian forms look amazing. Like, they did those three Pokemon so much justice with those forms.
Between each form, I couldn't really choose which one.
And it's also really funny because Typhlosion got shafted by having a terrible hidden ability. Hisuian Typhlosion also has a terrible hidden ability. It gets the hidden ability Frisk, which just frisks the opponent for their held item so that you know what it is. Which in a competitive format isn't that great of an ability to have. Because Hisuian Samurott's hidden ability is, I think, Sharpness? So all slashing and cutting moves do 50% more damage. And that includes its signature move, Ceaseless Edge. And in Hisuian Decidueye, it got Scrappy. And it's funny, because as a fighting type, it normally would not be able to hit ghost types. But Scrappy is an ability that lets normal and fighting type Pokemon hit ghosts with normal and fighting type attacks. So it gets rid of that resistance. You can see why they how Hisuian Typhlosion got so shafted.
Yeah.
Because they could have given it something like Cursed Body or something. And that would have been a fun little hidden ability for it. No, they had to give it Frisk.
You can't really decide between the three continues like that.
They're all super cool.
Yeah.
Like, they take what we have from the originals and go, we're gonna make that, but 10 times more badass.
If I had to literally just choose one of them, it's a straight up two-way tie between the Syrian Typhlosion and Syrian Stammerot. I would like the Archer a lot. It's just I've been stuck with
Yeah.
like I'm doing it as a like seeing it through a D&D style.
Oh, you're thinking about it from the D&D sense.
Yeah, we got Ranger, we got Samurai Monk or Samurai Fighter, and we got Barbarian.
I honestly see Hisuian Typhlosion as more of like a wizard or something.
Yeah, I mean you can see that too.
Because the fire and ghost typing are both really strong special attack types.
Yeah.
Fire Ghost is actually a really good typing. And we got quite a few of them too.
I mean, we literally just talked about one of them not too long ago. No, Hothead Empty one.
Oh yeah, Skeledirge. Yeah, because we got Skeledirge, we got Ceruledge, we have Hisuian Typhlosion, we have Alolan Marowak, we have Blacephalon, which is an Ultra Beast.
I guess I like Fire Darker types a lot. Fire Ghost types a lot.
They like their Fire Ghost types almost as much as they... Actually, probably more than they like their Fire Fighting. Because we got three... And it's funny, because we got 3 firefighting starters back-to-back. Because Blaziken's a firefighting type, Infernape's a firefighting type, and Embor's a firefighting type.
Yeah.
And then they follow that up with a fire psychic type, being Delphox. And then immediately 360 that with Incineroar being fire dark type. And it's funny because during the hype season for Sun and Moon, I distinctly remember everybody going and looking at Incineroar and going, that better not be a fighting type. And it's really funny now because, like, during the hype season for Scarlet and Violet, everybody looked at Sprigatito and was like, this better not be another Litten situation where it evolves to walk on 2 legs. Because I remember everybody being disappointed with Incineroar. Because it starts as Litten, then goes to Torracat, and both of those are on 4 legs. But then it becomes Incineroar, and it's on 2. And, like, I can see where someone might be disappointed in that. A cool saber-toothed fire cat would have been super cool.
Yeah.
So, like, when Sprigatito was revealed, everybody was like, oh god, another cat-themed starter. Just keep all 4 legs on the ground. No, the absolute instant it evolves into Floragato, it's on 2 legs. The absolute instant it evolves the first time. Just to spite the entire fan base. And then you got Meowscarada, which... I wouldn't be surprised if there's as much Rule 34 of that thing as there is of, like, Lopunny or something. I wanted to say Gardevoir, but Gardevoir is probably the absolute monarch of Pokemon Rule 34.
He is the monarch.
I wanted to say Queen, but it can be male, and I didn't want to, like, exclude that.
Hierarchy.
It is the Rule 34 monarch of Pokemon R34.
Yep.
Hell, you can't even Google Gardevoir without running into that.
Yeah.
It's almost as infamous as the Vaporeon copy pasta.
Oh god.
Yes, I brought it up again.
Hmm.
Also, I'm gonna straight up say it. I don't know why the community loves Bidoof so much. Like, I used to vehemently hate Bidoof because I thought it was just the stupidest fucking thing ever. But I respect Bidoof a little bit, and Mystery Dungeon is partially to blame for that. Because of the Bidoof in Explorers of Time.
Or more,
I'm a Bidoof.
yeah, or more like Beamize are playing his role on it.
It made me actually care for a Bidoof. Because that Bidoof was so wholesome.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't hate Bidoof anymore. But I don't understand why people call it God. Like, I guess it's probably a meme I'm not getting, because Wolfy is smooth-brained as fuck. No thoughts, head empty. Phione is just no mind, no brain energy going on in that head.
Gen 4 Pokemon games are often criticized having too many items that constantly requires use. This results in people having one or two Pokemon in their party having that only have HM moves.
Yeah,
Or
that was a problem in previous generations. They had that in X and Y, where Pokemon, you had to have Pokemon on your team that knew HM moves. Which, I mean, it worked out for me with Greninja, because Greninja can learn Surf and Waterfall, which are two really good moves for it.
So, this is why Bidoof has the ability to use all those HMs.
Oh, and it just can use every HM move. Alright.
Yeah, it's called Bidoof's Law for a reason. Which is quite interesting.
I'm actually kind of relieved that they got rid of HM moves starting in Gen 7. Because, like, I didn't hate them, and I didn't hate their existence. But, like, it was kind of nice to have a little more freedom with the team.
It was a little annoying to deal with having HM slaves here and there.
And it's one thing I'll give Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl a pass in, because for as faithful as it is to the original games, you don't need to have a Pokemon with just HM moves on your team. You get an entire page on your Pokédex dedicated to HM moves that now completely random Pokemon you don't even need to have on your team or have caught will help just do for you. And it kind of reminds me of what Sun and Moon did, where they had the ride Pokemon, And it just kind of filled the roles of what certain HM moves used to do. Like how Tauros used to be your bicycle. Or Charizard was fly, or Machamp was strength.
Who's Surf?
I think Sharpedo was... Yeah, I think it was a Sharpedo.
Oh boy.
And it's funny because they didn't have it in the original Sun and Moon, but they brought it into Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They did Mantine surfing. And you really only have to use it once to progress the game. But it's essentially, they made you go from the first island to the second island while surfing on the back of a Mantine. And it was actually really fun. But if you got, like, if you beat all the high scores on all 4 of them, you would get a free Pikachu with Surf. Which you could evolve into a Alolan Raichu.
Oh god.
I love Alolan Raichu.
No, it is a whole entire YouTube series recollecting on the Bidoof thing.
No, again, I don't hate Bidoof anymore. I have a shiny Bidoof. It was a random encounter. I didn't really go out of my way to get a shiny for Bidoof. But I have a shiny Bidoof. And it just exists. Also, on the topic of regional variants, I just want to say that Zoroark got a hell of a glow up in Hisui.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Because, like, normal Zoroark is cool, but Hisuian Zoroark was awesome. And it had a really good defensive typing in normal Ghost. It only had one weakness, and that was Dark type, which is, funny enough, the typing of the original Zoroark.
Right.
It's just like how Pokemon like Sableye and Spiritomb, which are like Ghost Dark types, didn't actually have a type weakness until Generation 6, when he introduced Fairy type. Before Fairy type existed, Ghost Dark types were absolutely busted because they had no weaknesses. And then Gen 6 happened and they gave us Fairy type, and now those Ghost Dark types are wishing they hadn't bragged so much. Yeah, Fairy type did a lot to change the balance of the competitive scene. Because, like, I think prior to Fairy types existing, Dragon types were a pretty dominant typing in competitive. And then, lo and behold, Fairies show up. And they were like, hey, guess what? Dragons are weak to this for some reason. See, at least with fire, water, and grass, it makes some sense. Like, okay, fire burns grass, but grass absorbs water, and water puts out fire.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And then stuff like electric type being good against water, because electrified water is dangerous.
Yep.
or how water against the ground and rocks is really strong, because, you know, washing away land masses and shit. But then you look at fairy typing and it's like, why is this strong against dragon? Like, you got the big scary dragon and then a cute little fairy. The cute little fairy is gonna look at that dragon and be like, you're my supper. Also, on the topic of rare types, we only have one dragon fairy type. Only one. It's Mega Altaria.
Yeah.
A giant cloud bird with lots of floof. Like, I guess I can see why we don't have a dragon fairy type normally. Because that's a really powerful typing. Both offensively and defensively. Like, fairy type proved in Scarlet and Violet just how good it is defensively, just because of Terra typing. Also, it's going to be really funny after this generation, because Terapagos is the Pokemon that basically pioneered the Stellar type, which is a type that only exists through terrestrialization. So after this generation, Stellar type's just not going to exist anymore. It was a one-time gimmick through DLC. And that's actually kind of funny to me. I love this little goober. Look at him. See, I feel like you like a lot of dragon types. Which, I mean, it makes sense. You're very into dragons.
If that is the dragons, I actually do like quite a bit of dark and ghost types.
And it's funny because one of my favorite types is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Considering I've done on stream 2 separate fire type runs. And they weren't even Nuzlocks, they were just like, yeah, it's gonna be a normal playthrough of the game, but with just fire type. And, like, I didn't have as many options as Miser and Sage going into that. Because there were way more grass and water types. I'm still proud of my Volcarona, though. Of Ashes. She absolutely destroyed in my Shield Fire run, and she came back with the Burning Passion in the Violet run. Because, like, I went into that Fire-type run, I was like, I need to get Larvesta. Because Volcarona is just too good to pass up. And then I had Lamp. And that's just Mecha Volcarona. It's just a robot moth. It's Iron Moth.
This one just honestly confuses the fuck out of me for that one. weird reason. Sandy shocks.
Oh, okay, yeah. A prehistoric magnet.
Of all things, why that?
Yeah, why magneton? Like, I respect Sandy Shocks. I just don't hear about it that often. Probably because it didn't make that big of a competitive impact.
Fair. You know, if I had to say like, okay, there are certain electric types I like a lot. Like, for example, one of them is Thunderous.
Thunderous is
I like
cool.
that a lot.
Regieleki's just funny. It's just a
Yeah.
ball of infinite energy.
Yeah.
And it's constantly hopping around.
You know, see, my favorite cute one for electric is the Incursion.
Pincurchin, yeah.
Yep. He's just a little adorable.
He's a little spiky whoopee cushion.
Yep.
And it's funny because there's a very similar Pokemon that Alola gave us. Pyukumuku. Which is a water type. And its gimmick is it's this little sea urchin thing, but a hand can come out of its mouth. And this thing's about the same size as Pincurchin, so just imagine this little thing, and a giant white hand comes out of its mouth.
Great.
Yeah, Pyukumuku was very interesting. Another really interesting random Pokemon that I really have yet to do a lot with is Komala. It's a little koala bear with a pillow log thing with the ability Comatose. Which, it's just perpetually in a state of slumber.
It's all over. If we would ever have a Snorlax NPC, I would play the fuck out of that as a background character.
Honestly, as far as Pokemon designs go, I feel like my least favorite, at least this generation, has to go to Tandemaus and Mousehold. I'm sorry, but there's only so far you can push that multiple bodies being a part of a singular entity thing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
it was cute with Phalanx. Because it was a bunch of marching Spartan soldiers.
every time I see that, I'm always thinking it's called Phalanx.
Phalanx is another pronunciation for it, yes. I just sometimes call it Phalanx.
Yeah.
I find it funny that all of the pseudo-legendaries we have to date Only two of them are not dragons. And that's Tyranitar and Metagross.
Yeah.
Like hell, we got two forms for Goodra. We got normal Goodra and Hisuian Goodra. And Hisuian Goodra is really good. Because I remember when Scarlet and Violet had the Mewtwo event, where if you beat it, you could catch Mewtwo. Everyone got a free Mew. Even I got that free Mew. I never trained it up. Instead, I brought in a shiny Hisuian Goodra that I trained up, and Mewtwo could not defeat my Goodra. It was just basically set up to tank and heal my allies. That was its entire purpose. It was support. It just goes to show you, when it comes to competitive training, outright power isn't everything.
Right.
Like, I love the hell out of Hisuian Goodra. I'm also really hyped that I got both Goodras as shinies now.
Alright, here's a interesting one. You go into, like, not the, like, variants, but into, like, the megas and, all those other gimmicks. What would your true mega would be? The one you would go for instantaneously.
Oh, so like my favorite mega, basically.
Yeah.
God, it kind of makes me wish that the Kalos starters got megas, but they didn't. I kind of want to say, like, Mega Garchomp. Because, like, I've always loved Garchomp. Like, Mega Garchomp and Mega Aggron were two of the ones I used probably the most. Because one was, I'm gonna kill you with my scythe arms, and the other was defensive wall. There's a reason Mega Aggron is called the Wall. And there ain't no one that's gonna make it fall.
I was actually kind of surprised that Aggron was never a pseudo, but I can understand why.
Yeah, because you would expect something like Aggron to be a pseudo-legendary. Because it follows a good bit of the criteria of a pseudo-legendary. It's a 3-stage evolution. It has really good stats. And it looks like an absolute beast. But no, it's just a normal, non-pseudo-legendary Pokemon. Also, it's really funny because of all the Megas, Mawile is only good as a Mega Evolution. It is otherwise terrible. And that's the one that's based off of the yokai of a woman with a mouth in the back of her head.
Yeah, that's just...
It's absolutely absurd and creepy, but the Pokemon they made based off of that is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's adorable. Like, it used to be just Steel type, but then Gen 6 went, not only are you getting a Mega, but you're also getting Fairy typing.
Right.
Because of all the types that exist in competitive Pokemon that are absolute powerhouses, it's got to be the Fairy Steel types. Because Mawile, when it had a Mega Evolution, it was top tier and competitive. Everyone used Mega Mawile. Then they took Megas away. And we didn't have a really good Fairy Steel type until Zacian came along.
Right.
Actually, it's funny because the generation they took Megas away was the same generation we got Zacian in the first place. Thanks, Pokemon Sword and Shield, for taking half the decks away. I feel like there's still a sliver of the Pokemon community that'll never let them live that down.
I can see why.
Dexit was just awful. Even for people like me who didn't really care as much, I still thought it was absolute bullshit. Like, oh, we needed the room for animations, and the animations in Sword and Shield are bad. And the same stuff they've been using since Gen 6. And, like, yeah, they had to dial it back for signature move animations this generation, because, Pokemon like Zacian, or, let's say, like, Reshiram or Zekrom that had, like, signature moves that had spectacular animations. In Scarlet and Violet, the animations are kind of pathetic, but the reasoning for that is probably just because, like, all fights take place in real time in the same world as you walk in. So they probably had to dial it back. I'm not saying it's right that they did that. It's absolutely stupid that they did that. But it would make it all make a lot more sense. See, this seems about accurate to my usual Pokemon stream. I sit here, I breed a couple of batches, and I talk about Pokemon the entire time. Most of the time it's complaining about it, but today is a little different. I had a little more fun with that. I still have eggs.
Egg.
Egg.
Egg. Seriously though, fuck beach for it. Just ignore that, you don't have to worry about that. I watch I've been watching two people doing a lot of fitness stuff, like making low carb, high protein, fiber meals. This one who basically loves Fallout, it just keeps on saying "fuck V-Shred."
Nah.
Okay. No.
I was like saying, ah.
Oh.
No.
No.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Clock Tower is getting a remake, sort of like a pseudo remake type of thing on the Switch. I'm hyped for that. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm, like, workshopping what I want to play for the month of October for scary games. One idea I had, because last October I played Fatal Frame 5 on stream. I kind of want to play through it again, but like on the highest difficulty. Because, like, aside from a couple of encounters with Kurosawa, pretty much the entirety of Fatal Frame 5 is really easy. And I say, with the exception of, like, the 2 or 3 encounters with Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Because she was interesting, because, like, the first time you encounter her, you're in tight hallways, and you can't get around her too easily. And if she touches you, like, once, you die, and you get a game over. The second time, it's a chase, and if you go too fast, she ends up blocking your path, and then you die. And then the third time is when you actually fight her. I still have to beat the post-game stuff for Fatal Frame 5, because they added a post-game story where you play as IMA from Ninja Gaiden. And you fight ghosts with a flashlight instead of a camera. It's basically fan service, but they gave it really good gameplay. Fione's a little goober. Do you know IMA from Ninja Gaiden? I think it's either Ninja Gaiden or Dead or Alive that she's from. I know she's in both.
I believe I went through Dead or Alive before, so I would know her.
Yeah, because she's in that game. No, imagine playing as her in a game where you have to move around slowly and fight ghosts with a spirit flashlight. And the only way she's able to fight them is to get a bunch of markings painted on her body. Because otherwise these ghosts will kill her. Like, almost instantly. It's probably why the game has such a mature rating. Because she's still, like, wearing very fan-servicey clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also had the idea to play some puppet combo games during October. So, you know, like stuff like Stay Out of the House, Nun Massacre. I still need to finish Murder House. Because, like, I played that one on Easter because it's an Easter-themed horror game. And I never finished that one.
Is that the one I was watching with you just going through an entire house, seeing people get caged up?
Yeah, people getting cut up by a man in a pink bunny costume. And Jacksepticeye's in it. Like, he's in the prologue part of the game. He's Janitor Jack. Yeah, Puppet Combo's got some really fucked up horror games. There's also another one I could play is Bloodwash. Like, Puppet Combo didn't make it, but they like published it. So it's kind of a similar brand to what Puppet Combo's known for, with like weird fucked up like imagery in their horror games.
Okay.
But it's a game where you play as a woman who is pregnant with a child, and you go to a laundromat that's open 24 hours a day while a killer's on the loose. I also kind of wish Chilla's Art games were on the Switch or PlayStation, because Chilla's Art also makes some really good horror games. They're very Japanese styled, because I mean they are made in Japan,
Right.
but they have some really good horror games. Like there was one I played for a friend on Discord. It's the convenience store.
Oh.
You play as an overnight shift convenience store worker at a convenience store that's haunted. You know, pretty standard stuff for a Japanese horror game.
Yeah.
But there's one Chilla's Art game I really want to play. And it makes me sad that they're only on PC. Because I would love to play it on stream. And that's, Parasocial. You play as a Japanese girl who's also a VTuber who's being stalked by somebody. You know,
Oh,
a very real fear that we VTubers have. And they made it into a horror game. And I hear it's really good. Another game series I wish would make a console release is Fears to Fathom. Because I played through the first two on stream once. And I haven't touched them again since because of my video encoding issue I still need to figure out. But Fears to Fathom, it's an episodic horror series where it's horror scenarios based on actual things that happen to actual people.
Oh boy.
So it's fear in the real life. So it's more psychological horror. But it's so good. Like, I would happily play through all 5 episodes. Because all 5 episodes are out now. They recently released the 5th and final episode. Like, I played through episodes 1 and 2 on stream. And I remember playing through episode 3 for a friend on Discord. And that was the last time I've touched Fears to Fathom.
I swear you played it. Game that had you going into a secret bunker or something like that.
I
Don't remember the name.
know I played, Amanda the Adventurer. which has you going through stuff in an attic and watching cursed tapes.
Oh, maybe that's it. Would I usually go down stairs? You're dealing with other stuff.
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about. Stay out of the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because I did play a little bit of that. Like, I've never played a legitimate playthrough of that. I did that in, like, Explorer mode, because I was like, okay, yeah, this game just lets you casually go through the house with no threat. And there was, like, an entire underground bunker and shit in that game. I remember that. That was so fun. Like, even though there was no threat, it still felt like something could jump out.
Yeah.
I love that goosebumps kind of feeling that those kind of games can give you. But no, Nun Massacre is a game that I both am excited for and dreading. Because I've always wanted to play through Nun Massacre. It is infamous on YouTube through multiple YouTubers, namely people like Markiplier or Corey Kenshin, who've played it. It is notorious for being a brutal horror game. You basically go to a Catholic school that's haunted, and the main villain is a nun, hence the name Nun Massacre. But why do I dread it? Well, when I picked it up on Switch, all right, I was like, all right, I've seen a little bit of playthrough of it on YouTube. And, like, I know the nun is really absurdly loud. Like, if she catches you and starts chasing you. I had no idea, none whatsoever in my puny, smooth, Wolfy brain, just how actually loud she was. And I like to say that I play my games at a pretty reasonable volume. Like, I can hear everything that happens in my game. And it's hardly ever overpowering. Nun Massacre was the first game I've ever purchased and downloaded where I had to actively turn down the volume on my PC. Let that sink in for a sec. When I play normally at a volume that's, you know, it's pretty chill, pretty nice, pretty laid back. Allows me to immerse myself into a game. But then you get Nun Massacre, which is an otherwise quiet game most of the time, except for when the nun is chasing you. And when she chases you, she's so loud that you want to tear off your headphones straight away. And it'll hit you like a sack of bricks. Because when she catches you, it doesn't gradually ease into her loud, obnoxious screaming. No, it just starts. And that's part of the jump scare factor of that. The nun from Nun Massacre is so loud, I had to turn down my PC volume. And you want to know something funny?
Mm-hmm.
Nun Massacre comes with a volume setting for the nun. And would you believe it? It does nothing. It does a grand total of absolutely nothing to help you with the nun. Because she is still the same volume no matter what. So that setting is just there as a meme. Okay, so that's 66. That puts me at 126 eggs. Okay. Now, if this was a Monday stream, I would absolutely go, hey, let's do one more batch of Phione eggs. But we're at 3 hours now. I've been streaming for 3 hours. One more batch would take me to about 4.5 hours. Rough estimation. So, I'm gonna close this and reload it and make sure that everything's fine. And then I'm just gonna call it, because 2 batches in one night is quite a bit. And I usually do that when I stream. I would normally do a 3rd batch of eggs. But since 2 of them took me a little over 3 hours to do, I don't know if I could go through with a 3rd one. I think we'd run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Then I would just get bored. See, this is what, like, Sage has asked me how I'm able to do these Masuda breeds, because it requires a ton of patience. And it does. It absolutely does. But when I'm doing this off stream, I'm not doing more than a single batch a night. It takes about an hour and a half, and when I get done, if I have more time afterward, I'll do Tears of the Kingdom to, like, break that monotony a little bit. So it's more of a combination of I do this regularly and consistently, and I don't overdo it usually. Like 2 batches is pushing it for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after 4 a.m. here. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna meet you and I'm gonna raid somebody.
Okay.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. Let's see who we can raid. Let's do that. Let's have fun raiding somebody. We're gonna close the game, because I know now for an absolute certainty that, you know, when you're done, OBS, it's fine. God, that's the first time it's done that in a while. I'm actually kind of proud of you, OBS. You really pulled through today. Of course, it's about to get a little more hectic, because I'm now loading things.